kitchen. Get out of my way with Bye. Yes. You think I'm gonna sit high and not say you got? Hey, you got something on the back of your dress. That's why you gotta get out. Get out. You close my door. Go.
I look like Coop the Kente on here.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do.
She gonna say, yeah, you do. Okay, so if you guys heard my question, oh damn, she done dropped her computer. If you heard my question,
No, that's her tablet.
oh, if you heard my question on the last video when we got cut off, my question was this. Hopefully we can stay on. And I will just be, this will be the video. On Twitter this morning, people were saying, on Twitter this morning.
I was all in the dark?
Yes, we were. On Twitter, they were saying this morning that Iyanla Van Zant was exploiting. You can't hear me?
Chris, speak up.
They were on
Twitter.
Okay, hold on. On Twitter,
Yeah, that's better.
they were saying this morning that, on Twitter, they were saying this morning that Iyanla Van Zant was exploiting DMX by having him on the show and showing, you know, about his drug use and stuff like that. My thing is, I felt like she was coming from a good place. I don't feel like she was exploiting this man. I really feel like she was trying to help him. Really, I do. So that's when I was asking you guys, what did you guys think about that part of the show?
I don't think she was exploiting.
I mean, where did that idea come from? How?
Well, these were just people on, you know, Twitter this morning saying they felt like, they just felt like, you know, that she was exploiting him. I don't feel like that.
But did
I don't feel like.
her?
No, people on Twitter were saying it.
No, but I'm saying, did he reach out to her?
Get on the phone.
To her? Or did she reach out to him?
See, the whole
He
thing
reached
was
out to her.
exactly.
In the beginning of the show, it said he reached out to her because he wanted to figure out the womanizer. So he reached out to her.
He wanted to figure out why was he a womanizer.
I don't think she exploited him at all.
I mean, I don't think so.
I mean,
go ahead.
because you can bring it out.
Huh? What'd you say?
Okay, there you go. I think what she did was she exposed him to him. See,
well, the
she
truth
exposed him to see how crazy he was looking and doing and being.
I agree.
Okay, so then let's get. I want to get to the biggest part last, but okay. So I feel kind of sorry for his kids, and supposedly after he filmed that show, that he was caught driving a 5-month-old child that they said is his, which obviously that can't be with his wife because of the fact that his wife left him last year. She ain't had no kids. So 5-month-old, he left. He had a DUI, had a 5-month, was in the car when he just got arrested, like right after the show was filmed. And so my thing is, you're still having kids, but you're still doing the destructive, you know, behavior. And then you say you want to have a relationship with your kids, with your wife, but like, are you? To me, you're not trying to prove nothing. And then when the 20-year-old son is there and he's trying to reach out to you, and you say, "Oh yeah, that's my baby, that's my first son," and all of that, but then you're not showing him. I just can't see you really had showed him anything. Just thank God he had a mother that was there for him, that was showing him really how to be a man. And these are the things you don't do if you're going to be a grown ass man. And that's just how I felt like the boy was just really hurting and just really wanted to reach out to him. And I don't know if you caught it, but when the son said he was going to sing the song to him, did you catch what DMX said? "Oh yeah, you know people pay for this." You don't say that to your child. You don't say that to your child.
Yeah.
But
I just, you know what? His behavior was, I think he needed to see that. I think he needed to see how crazy his behavior is. Because I don't think he realized how crazy his behavior is.
yeah, I don't think so. I don't think he realized.
I don't think that I don't think he did anything out of line.
You know, well, I mean, okay, now we can just go. You can go say whatever you want to say about this food. Cause
first of all, I really didn't even know what he was saying. I'm like, okay, let me really listen hard because I really could not understand what he was saying. Don't get me wrong, I love DMX. I am a DMX musical fan. Period. But I think for me, it was like he wanted his son to accept him. He wanted that relationship with his son to accept him the way he was right then. And I think his son was saying, you know what, I can't do that because that causes me too much pain. So I think DMX was just like bullheaded. And like she said, the disease of the addiction had taken so much control over him that he didn't care about nothing else.
And then I had to look up this morning on the internet. I went on the Bible. Okay. Can you hear me now?
There you go.
I guess I have to get closer to this mic. Anyway, this morning, he just brought me to the Bible verse where it said God will turn you over to a reprobate mind. And in the verse that I was looking at this morning, it was saying that you refuse to do the things of God, so you were foolish and you didn't want to do the things of God, so God just let you go to your foolishness. Basically, he said isn't he supposed to be a Muslim? And so you're a Muslim, which means you're following God, but then you so caught up in these drugs and drinking and women, which I'm not trying to be funny, but I don't know who let you go up in them 14 months ago, because I can't do it. I mean, we're gonna have to be wearing,
let you go up in them.
yeah, because we're gonna have to have some condoms on, because I can't have no baby with you knowing that you're a drug addict. Because listen to this, you could die at any moment. And so obviously it's a young girl that done had a baby with you. She definitely ain't in her 40s not having no baby with you, and you profess to be a drug addict. You just exude everything drug addict. And so I don't have babies with you because I know you might not make it to the baby's born. But I mean, that's just me. My thing with him was just that you just turned it all over. And like the lady asked you, you know, did you think God was there when you first started taking the drugs? And he said, yeah. But I don't think, I'm not going to say God is not with him, but I just feel so sad for it's just so sad that he doesn't understand what he said at the end of the whole interview was like, I'll see you at the funeral. That was the saddest thing I ever saw in my entire life of anybody being with their children. That you chose drugs over your child. And I really feel like that's the sickest and the saddest thing.
Well, you know what? That's true. And I think that DMX, to me, he just didn't, I don't know, I think he showed his ass beyond repair.
Yeah.
And he just really showed everybody how crazy this fool is.
Yeah.
And
I think he rationalized for himself that, you know, what he was like to say God is with you. I think that's his rationalization. I think he really realized that that's what he does to make his situation right. You know, if we doing something wrong, we have to find something to make it seem like it's right. So him saying God is with me, okay, I did this drug, I didn't die, so God must be with me, so I can keep doing it. Like, yeah, God is with you, but like you said, at some point God take his hands off. Like, I'm giving you opportunities. I gotta take my hands up off of it because I can't keep doing this.
Yeah, that's what I feel about. I just think that I don't know. I mean, it's a lot of videos on YouTube right now, and I haven't watched them. And this one's gonna go on YouTube. I was watching them this morning, but I couldn't hear them because they don't have speakers at work on those computers. But I think it's hurting a lot of people to see that he actually chose those drugs, because a lot of people on Twitter were writing that this morning, like, wow, you actually chose your demons over your children. You actually chose drugs over your children. You actually are telling people. And the other thing that really like pissed me off is that you seriously just cussed this lady out like that right in front of your mother. I was just like, I can't believe it. Huh?
Was that his real mother?
That was his real mother.
Oh.
And you literally...
I think they said that was a close, somebody that he really respected. I don't think that was his real mom. Because she was like somebody that he trusts or something like that. That's what they said at the beginning.
Oh, I thought that was his real mother. I mean, I don't know if you guys know the story, but something happened to him when he was 7, they were saying. Something happened when he was 7 years old with the mom and him.
He was a badass and his mama put in a group home. That's what happened.
But like, really, I'm trying to figure out what was he doing that was really that bad. I don't know what the story was.
He said at 7 years old, he was not coming home.
He wasn't coming home.
At 7.
What you mean he wasn't coming home?
Yeah. He would not come home. He would just go anywhere he wanted to go, do whatever he wanted to do. He was just being defiant. And so she felt that if she put him in a group home, maybe he would learn in a boys' home that he would get that structure. And because he didn't stay at home, so he did do that. So he did end up going to the boys' home for a little while, but then he came back with his family. But his mama felt like he wouldn't listen. So she tried everything she could to get him to listen. And that was what she felt like would make him listen.
And so from that, do you think he might have learned how to take drugs while he was in a group home? Do you think he might have learned how? Because his behavior is way... I feel like he needs some psych meds. I think he's psychotic, actually. I feel like he needs psych meds.
Most people that have been on drugs for a long period of time, they become bipolar, schizophrenic, all of that.
Yes, I'm believing it.
That could possibly be it too.
Because I'm believing he needs some psych meds, he needs some counseling, he needs some marriage counseling, he needs some family counseling, he needs a colonic, he needs detox.
He need a colonic?
Because I'm going to tell you something right now. If people don't believe a colonic is because he might get detox, but if you don't get that colonic, those drugs are still in your system. They still in your system. I wasn't being funny when I said that. Yeah, I believe he needs all of those, and then he needs some very serious, deep therapy counseling. He really does, because he is so hurt.
Because nobody, if he doesn't want it, like, what good is it gonna be?
Exactly.
I mean, he literally, like, it's not gonna. He might be okay for a second, then after a while, it'll be like. Right back to where he was at. And I think for him, that's the only thing that takes away whatever pain that he has. So he, in his mind, he made up that that's what I'm going to do, and nothing y'all can do about it. And I don't think he was understand. I think he told his son that his son had a condition, but he had a condition as well to his son. He was like, if you can't take me, that's a condition. If you can't take me as I am, drunk, high, whatever, then we can't be together. So you gave him that same condition. Yeah. So how can you expect him to give you? You want him to give you something that you can't give him?
Yeah.
You know, that was crazy. And you know, when you selfish, and that's what it is selfish. He's selfish because all the reasoning that I heard last night to me was a selfish reason. Okay, your mom put you in a group home, and you feel like your mom, you didn't have love from your mom. But you the cause of why she put you in the group home. And at 7 years old, you probably don't even know. You ain't understanding that. You ain't rationalizing that. You thinking this my mama. She's supposed to love me regardless of what I do. And that's his problem. He thinks everybody's supposed to love him regardless of what he does, whether it's tormenting them, whether it's causing them pain, whether it's hurting them or whatever. He thinks you're supposed to love me, and it does not work like that. If you're causing me hurt, it's hard to love somebody when you hurt.
Yeah.
And he should understand that because he lost some love for his mom because he was hurt. His reason behind it was she put me in a group home, so I felt like she didn't want me anymore. So now I got some hurt. So you in return let everybody feel the same feeling that you feeling, but you want us to understand you, but you couldn't understand your mom. Wow. That's a double standard.
Well, when I was talking to Ariane this morning about it, because she didn't see it last night, but I was talking to her, she was like, well, my thing with if he's saying all that is like, people go through stuff when they growing up. You got to get over it. Keep it pushing. Get over it. Okay, that happened to me. What did you? So to me, I feel like you didn't learn anything for having to go to the group home. Or you took it as though, okay, now since this happened to me, I'ma hurt everybody that I come in contact with since I was hurt. You didn't learn anything like, okay, well maybe I was a little bit out of control, and so maybe that had to happen. I mean, but then I feel bad. I feel bad for him too, because the people that are around him, all they doing are enabling him to take the drugs because they getting a check some kind of way. They are enabling him, so as long as he stay high, that he won't ever realize what they're doing. All they are takers.
But the thing that stood out the most to me was, you know, he let his son feel that same type of emotion that he felt when his mom in his mind did what he did. But his son decided, okay, I can't do this. You know, he took, like I tell people, it's choices. You have choices. Your life may be screwed up, and as a child, you can't really dictate on what your life is because somebody else is responsible for you. But it's choices. I have choices I have to make. Okay, do I want to be this way or do I don't want to be that way? And his son, to me, exemplified everything and to me it made me look at him because evidently he did something right at some point with his son because his son was so intelligent, he was so respectful.
Yeah, he was.
He sat back, he talked to him, he was straight up a man. That's how a man should come to anybody. And at the end of the day, he was like, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. You know, I see my faults and I see me mimicking some things that my dad did, so I'm not gonna do that. So to me, he made a choice. That was up to DMX to live the lifestyle he wants to live. And I was just grateful for him because that baby got some issues after his work. And you know what? I think the harshest thing is he's only saying what other people in his circumstance think. He's just bold enough to say it.
Yeah.
A lot of people that drugs, stuff like that, they can't come now. They don't want to say that because, they still have that humbleness about them. DMX just flat was said he didn't care. He was like, whatever. I was like, whoa. I was scared for Iyanla. I was like, please get her out the room. Get the baby out the room. Baby said, you do not intimidate me. I said, what damn? There it is.
Well, I just didn't feel like that was cool how he just straight up shut this bitch up. Then he said, when he was talking to his son, he was like, I know niggas ain't never met their father. I know niggas ain't never had no dad. I was just like, okay, but if you know that about certain people that have never had their father and that you know growing up, why won't you be the change? Why won't you be the difference with your kids? Why not you be the difference? And
people have to realize I'm not taking the good away from Richard because he said that my dad showed me, he told me to look a man in the eye.
Yeah.
He told me to, when you give a handshake, get a firm. My dad was there. He did teach me some valuable things that I take with me in my life. And you can tell, by looking at him, you can really tell that he was, a part of his life.
Yeah.
But we're not talking about the good. We're talking about the hurt. So you can't come back to me and say, was I not good? Like, that's all you want to hear is good. That's what you want to get with the good. Well, you can't get a cookie for something you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Let's talk about why you hurt me.
Yeah.
And all he wanted to hear him say was, I'm need for justification. I say this all the time. Just because you justify something doesn't mean that makes you feel better about it. My feelings is my feelings. If you do something with good intentions, but I take it the wrong way, you in return should say, you know what? That wasn't my intention. I didn't mean to do that. And maybe I was wrong for doing that, so I won't do it anymore. I don't need justification on why you did it. I just need to know that you ain't going to do it again, and I won't feel this way again. So
Yeah.
you kept trying to justify. I was like, I didn't do this, and I didn't, kissing somebody don't mean you love them. Well, I'm 7 years old. How do I know that? All I know is you kissing on a woman that ain't my mama.
Exactly.
And that's rude.
Well, I felt like that's all the boy wanted to hear too. Was like, okay, well, I was wrong. I shouldn't have exposed you to that. But he all talking about just because I kissing on me and I'm fucking her. I was just like, whoa. Why are you going to the left?
Okay.
He just asked you a question, and he's so calm, and you got to come off like a junkyard dog and start jumping at the fence. Come on now, dude. Why is it that everything has to be so hostile? And then the way he was talking, I was like,
because you don't
also,
want to deal with.
go ahead.
Some people don't want to deal with their wrongs. People don't want. When I face my wrong, then I have to face myself. So I don't want to hear about all the wrong I did. I don't want to hear about the hurt I've caused, because that means I have to face who I am. So, and I don't want to do that. That's not what I want to do right now. So that's why he didn't want to hear about the wrong. Well, take me back to good. What about this? They don't count for nothing. Yeah, that do count for something. But let's talk about what we here to talk about. The reason why we don't have a relationship. We don't have a relationship because you did me right. We have a relationship because somewhere down the line, something happened wrong. Whether it was you or me, it was wrong. And that's why we don't have a relationship. We don't need to talk about why we, what was right, because that's not why we don't have a relationship. We need to talk about what's wrong so we can figure out what we can do to get over this. And he didn't want to do that at all.
No, and then, okay, so now this is the latest thing that's happened. He's went on Jet Magazine, I guess have a YouTube channel. And he went on there and said that Iyanla fixed my life. Iyanla made my life worse.
That's
Because he's not taking, he's not taking responsibility for his actions. It's always somebody else's fault. Why his life is not going right.
Yeah, that's basically what he said. He said it's Iyanla made his life worse. And
well, that's because she brought awareness to his life. She brought him awareness of what he was and made everybody else aware of how terrible it was. And then he brought awareness to his son to finally get over what he had going on, and awareness to all these other people. So it made his circumstance worse. So that's what it is. I mean, I'm sorry. And I definitely don't think she exploited anybody because believe me, if DMX went on there and it was just Sally Jane from South Kakalaka, guess what? We still would have been watching it.
Yes.
So it don't matter. She's still going to make her money. I mean, she is what she is, and she's that reason for a reason. God makes room for our gifts. So guess what? That's her gift, and she's going to get blessed abundantly because of that. So DMX didn't make her or break her. Period.
And I think he asked for some. I think he asked if in fact he was the reason why he was on the show, and he asked for her to help him to get a relationship with his children. But I really feel like he still is not ready. He still is not willing. He's still not able to have a relationship with his children.
So that's an issue that he has. That's his issue. That is nobody but his issue. That's something that he has to work through. Can't nobody make you have a relationship with your children but you. You got to work through that issue. And if he don't want to work through that issue, but the problem is, he don't want to put the work in. He want everybody to just give it to him. Like, we should have a relationship because I'm your father. No, because you're a crackhead. So,
Crackhead. Go ahead, crackhead.
I don't need a relationship with crackhead.
I told you that, but I think that goes a little bit beyond crack. That right there is something else, baby. That's something else.
Well, he said he does crack. He said said he does crack. He said he snorts coke.
Yeah.
He said he smoke weed, and he said he drink. I'm thinking all them chemicals could be the result of that, what you saw last night.
You're right. And then, as there's no telling how long he's been doing it. So, you know, that was something else. That was... Wow.
He's been doing it since he was 19 years old.
Yeah. And that was before...
Wow. Like, I had to literally... I was looking at the TV like this. So I'm trying to make sure I was like, they should have put them words up under there because I couldn't really understand what he was saying.
Yeah, he was losing me a lot too. I was catching like the last word of the sentence and saying, okay, this must be what he said. Yeah, because he jumbles a lot of those words now.
I mean, he talked fast. That's natural, but did you talk fast?
Yeah, he was tweaking, huh? He was doing like them crackheads do in LA. Do the dance, do the dance. Why are you talking like... Pull it back together. I'm going to need you to sit right in one spot. I'm going to need you to just sit there and talk to me. I don't need a dance to go along with it. I just need you to talk to me.
Why you got on them shoes?
I would like for him to get, I would love for him to have a relationship with his kids. I would love for him to, and his wife to be able to talk. I don't know why they don't get a divorce. I don't know if it's because they Muslim or...
They're divorced. They're already divorced.
They are divorced now?
Even his wife is divorced.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They kept it must was final.
Can you see on your computer how old is he? Can you see on your computer?
They're divorced.
But can you see how old is he?
Remember, she was blind. She been on 2 shows.
Uh-huh.
She went on a show with him. It was him and
relationship. It was a relationship counseling show.
They were on there.
And Dr. Drew?
Either one of the KTs and either KC or JoJo was on there.
That's Dr. Drew.
And Too Short was on there.
Yeah, Dr. Drew.
JoJo.
All these people were on there. Okay, JoJo was on there. Because, you know, JoJo was a stone cold alcoholic.
Yeah.
He alcoholic. So, that's stupid. He was like, you know, that movie in Temptation with Eddie Kane said, one or two drinks don't make me alcoholic.
Yeah.
That was JoJo. DMX was like, he was on there and then she was on another reality show. And she said that when he left the money there. So basically, you up there smoking up your money and drinking up your money. And then now you got another baby, a 4-month-old baby. And I'm just trying to figure out in my mind who was dumb enough to let, okay, first off, you slept with him, so I don't know, that was you ain't right.
You might be a crackhead too.
You trying to want to let this man take your baby somewhere?
In a car!
See him?
In a car!
Take my child anywhere.
That's what I was saying when they said it. When they said that, when they wrote it on the across the screen, I was like, who is dumb enough to let you take their child in a car? A fucking car that he can flip over and your child is dead. Who?
No, you don't understand.
Are you smoking crack too?
I'm not talking about a car. He couldn't even walk my child outside the door.
Okay.
He can't walk my child to the door.
That's what I'm saying. Are you smoking crack too?
I'm serious. You couldn't even walk my child to the door. And I can see you walking my child to the door. He couldn't do it. We will all get up and walk to the door together. It's just no way I could do that. Because there's nothing about him that shows that he's a stable person. And it's so sad that the people around him are not telling him, dude, you need to get help.
Well, they do like most people do. You know, when you love somebody and you see the good in them, you give them the benefit of the doubt, and you know, he this and he that and he this, or if I be around him and I can control what he does and how he do it, so they're not thinking rash. You know, I was criticized when I made the judgment call for my son not to go with his dad because it's not that I thought that he would intentionally do any harm with him, but I was like, right now. So I can't let my sons go with you, and you ain't even doing right by yourself. So sure, you can't do right by my son. So that's just my train of thought. It's not that I thought he was a bad person or that I thought he would intentionally do any harm to him. And I don't think DMX intentionally would do any harm to his kids, but he ain't right with himself. So you ain't thinking that much about yourself. What makes me think you gonna think that much about my child?
But
I
she,
know who is this woman? Like a 5-month-old. That means she can't unlock the door.
yes,
She can't buckle herself up.
yes.
She can't do nothing.
Yes, thank God that she probably was in the doggone car seat and buckled up. Thank God for that.
Okay.
But I'm trying to figure out who he is. You know, something, and I know that you're not supposed to judge somebody from their past. But see, this is not his past. This is
his present.
He's still like
That's not his past. I was just
So,
going to say that.
I would think, in what right mind could you sit up here and say to yourself, well, I know he got high last night, and I know he got high this morning. I know he was drinking this morning. Now, what in my right mind would I say, let me put my baby in the car with him? Are you fucking kidding me? So, if you believe one or two things, she a crackhead too.
That's what I'm saying.
Crackhead ass move.
That's a crackhead move. That's it right there. You know, LA, that's crackhead. Two crackies, they can't put a thought together. Two crackies they can't think alike. They can't think together.
You know what? I think some people just don't think stuff all the way through. I ain't gonna call her crackhead. I'm gonna call her crackhead. No. I'm gonna call her crackhead because she slept with a crackhead, not because she put the baby in the car. That's what I'm calling her crackhead for. Because DMX, first of all, I don't know how much money he's worth now, but maybe the thrill of him being DMX is the pleasure they get behind it. But looking at him, I was scared. If this dude might bark while we having sex, that scares the shit out of me. I'd be like, oh no, can't do this. Like, something's wrong. I mean, nothing about him says, I want to go to bed with you. I don't care who you are, how many albums you just saw. Dude looks like he will kill somebody in a minute.
Yeah.
But you know that he looks like he's toxic. He looks toxic.
Yeah.
His whole demeanor looks toxic. Now I'm trying to figure out at what point in time did he put a correct damn sentence together to get you to go to bed? Because the way he was talking yesterday, I couldn't understand shit he was saying. So I'm like, well, what is trying to get to the bed part of it? Because shit, I was feeling like,
Can we what?
You know what? He probably does. Like his ex-wife said, they were friends. So every now and then, he might have those moments where he can actually be a genuine person, and you don't see the toxic part of him. Maybe every now and maybe it's for 15 minutes, maybe it's for 5 seconds. We don't know. But maybe
you got a game with power.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta think about it. But you gotta think about it. This is like when I used to work with the police department. You would imagine the people that come in there, like, you ain't killed nobody, dude. Come on, you really couldn't. But they did, because at that moment, it was something that triggered whatever it triggered. Like, people have good sides and bad sides, and maybe DMX just had a good moment, and then look, whatever minute of time he conceived that baby. There it is. I don't know.
But then again,
his biggest problem.
No, go ahead.
Now, I think his biggest problem is, like you said, if people are scared to just back away from him. And I think if they just back away from him, several things gonna happen. One, he gonna be dead somewhere, or he gonna come to realize, okay, I gotta do better with my life. If people quit enabling him and giving him, opportunities to be destructive, then maybe he will actually get the picture. But he always got somebody to help him be destructive. When you do misery loves company, so we gonna find somebody to feed our misery.
That's true.
5 months, baby, in the car, you got pulled over without no driver's license. Oh, Lord.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He didn't even have a driver's license either. I forgot about that part. He didn't have a driver's license.
But what he get pulled over? Because they didn't know he had no driver. What he get pulled over for?
He probably was weaving out. He was DUI. He probably was weaving in and out of the damn lane.
Oh, Lord.
Who knows? He might have
you know that there's not a lot of driving in New York. So you got to remember. And the other side of the coin is he's known in New York. So everybody knows him in New York. So a police officer could have been looking at him and it's like, this DMX. This nigga ain't got no damn life.
Yeah.
Pull his ass over.
That's right there.
You know?
That actually could have been it.
I mean, that's the truth. They like, they know because my whole thing is, they saying about the exploiting part, you can't exploit somebody unless they allow you to.
Yeah.
That's one. But two, what did she do that exploited him? Showed us that he was a crackhead? Well, we don't have a conclusion anyway because of all the trouble that he's been in lately. So, basically, you know, sometimes we need to take accountability for ourselves.
Yeah.
And at this point, I think DMX is too motherfucking old not to take accountability
How old
for himself.
is he? How old is
That's
DMX?
true.
Is DMX even my age, 46? Is he older than me? How old is he? He better not be younger than me.
No, I don't think so. He's in his, if I'm not mistaken, he's in his 40s.
He better not be
He's
younger
in his
than me.
40s.
He better not be younger than me. He better be 49. Cause,
Wow.
oof, I can't believe this. I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to judge him. I want to be in like a really cool place. But I really believe anybody who watching this video, we just need to pray for DMX. We need to pray that God will send some angels to him that will get these demons out of him. Because there's a demon, them drugs, they really got a hold of his mind. He really believes that he'd rather have the drug than a relationship with his children. You're supposed to have your children, not to say they're supposed to take care of you, but you, in some type of your mind, you're supposed to be like, okay, when I get older, if I can't lift my head, I would hope my child would be here. But with your situation, hell, you almost killed a damn fireman. She might not want to fuck with you when she get older. You know, because you try to kill her.
DMX is actually 42.
Oh, damn. That's just too...
Wow.
First of all, you too old to be acting like this. You should be done growed up from them drugs. And I don't know, I just look at Robert Downey Jr. and I see how he used to do stuff, and then now how he done turned his whole stuff around. And I just feel like if anybody could do that, like Robert Downey Jr., if Robert Downey Jr. could do it, I feel like anybody could do it, because he was in a bad
Okay,
state.
so let me shine a light on something for you. He actually got pulled over in South Carolina.
Oh, it wasn't in New
And
York.
the reason why he got pulled over was because the officer recognized him as being somebody that didn't have a damn driver's license. I tell y'all.
Oh my God! So he said that nigga don't even have a driver's license. Why is he driving a car?
That's what I'm pulling for.
And see, the thing about the baby, that the woman who, obviously you're a crackhead too, or alcoholic too. The thing about her is, do you realize that these motherfuckers could have said, oh, let's put the baby in foster care.
Let me tell you something. See, this is some dumb shit right here, and I gotta agree with you. Now, he was in the car with somebody else.
Oh, okay.
They spotted him at a convenience store, and they recognized him as someone who had previously driving offenses.
Okay.
So the officer pulled him over and took him into custody for driving without a license.
Okay.
But listen to this. The car was turned over to the licensed passenger in the car. So it was somebody in the damn car that had a damn driver's license. So y'all trying to tell me that it was somebody in the car with a damn driver's license, and you want to let a crackhead that don't have a damn driver's license drive? Oh, y'all crazy.
Oh, the whole crew is crazy. Because my other thing is this. I don't care if you worth thousands or hundreds of thousands. You can find a driver. Somebody that's going to keep their license. Somebody that ain't going to be getting drunk and high. They just want to drive you around. You can get in $500 a week and they'll drive your ass around. Go buy them a house in the hood, pay cash for it, and give them $500 a week.
License is a ticket. But they decided to go. It was supposed to be a ticket, but they took him to jail. They took him to jail because he was DMX, really and truthfully. It was just a ticket. Yeah. But still, I mean, come on, Joe, quit fucking driving.
And I bet you the passenger was.
You ain't got money like that. That's the money you could have been giving your wife.
Oh, he don't give her money. On that other show that we were watching, a couple of episodes. Remember, that's what she said. He don't give her and those kids a nickel. He don't give her a dime. And I think that's so wrong. But I bet you that was the baby's mama or the 5-month-old that was in the car with him with the driver's license. And he probably talked her into letting him drive. And she said, oh, okay. Woo! Baby, I tell you, in this world,
after we get through calling the poor baby crackhead and everything else, and honestly speaking, I'm gonna quit calling you crackhead DMX. I'm sorry, but he needs some prayer because if not, he's just doomed for damnation. I'm sorry.
I believe he needs.
I don't know what else to call it. I mean,
that's why I'm saying that.
Actions. It's not for nothing nobody else did, and I hate that he had the childhood that he felt that he had to cause the things that he has now done, but I was just, for me, like I knew he was crazy, but last night watching that, I told my sister, I was like, dude might have raped his opportunity of ever being important or relevant again. Like, I think anybody in their right mind would look at him and be like, dude, right? Like, literally, like, something wrong with him. Like, who would want to work with him? Like, I'd be too scared that if I said the wrong thing to him,
he's gonna go off.
Blow up.
Yeah. Well, Kim Whitley, I follow her on Twitter, and she just wrote, "I'm crying for DMX."
And that's really, to be honest and truthful, and that's what, to me, that's why I don't think that she was trying to exploit him, because she was like, this is the opportunity to uplift our brother, and we need to do. She said, don't attack him, and I agree with that. And if there's anything I said in the last 46 minutes was attack him, then I apologize for that. But I definitely believe this man needs to know that he is going to be loved. But can't nobody love you when you causing hurt, baby. I mean, I just can't love you like that. I got to think about me. Let's like I keep thinking about you. I got to think about me. So I can't allow you to hurt me. I'm going to love you, but I'm going to love you from afar. And it just can't go both ways. So I'm going to be seriously praying for him. I think I'm going to call my mama and tell her to put him on the prayer list. I mean, on our program on the back where it says, sick and shut in prayer list.
I believe, and you know what? I believe a lot of churches should put him on. I believe a lot of churches should put him on the prayer. Put DMX, shoot. But I believe a lot of churches should put him on the prayer list. He needs all the prayer he can get. He needs some oil poured on him. He needs some hands-on therapy. He needs a pastor come and get him and sit down and have a long talk with him. He needs whatever it's going to take. And those people need to get away from him that's enabling him.
But whoever talks to him going to have a strong mind like she did, because he is scary and spooky and intimidating. So you can't go with him with no weak mind and no weak vessel, because if you do, you're not going to be able to deal with it at all. And this something just came to my attention. It's amazing. You know that saying that said, the devil made it for my bad, but God
made it for my good.
Through this whole circumstance, somebody going to be delivered. Somebody going to see themselves in him. His son was delivered, but watch how many other people going to be delivered for just watching him. They're going to be like, okay, do I look like that? Because if so, I cannot do this anymore. And people going to be delivered for it. So even when the devil meant it for bad, God still got his hands on it and still working out for his good. And, if it saves one person, more power to us.
But you know what? also the part of this is somebody may see this and actually be able to help him. Because whoever come to help him, it's got to be somebody who can work with somebody with an addiction.
Chelle is like, hell
no. If you never work with somebody with an addiction, you won't understand where he's coming from.
Yeah, because I don't.
Addiction and a demon, baby, because that's a demon. I'm like,
now that's,
baby,
that's a
real
demon.
strong, powerful demon, baby, because that's a problem.
But that drug, the drug is the demon. And then they got to get him over this.
It's more than just the drug demon. He got like an issue of something.
The drugs that got him, like the thing Chris said, they don't got his mind. The drugs got his mind now. So they have to, he has to, and she said it last night, he has to detox.
Yes.
He has to detox.
But think about it like this. I believe it stems before he even got on drugs because he started having issues at 7 years old.
I believe, yeah, so what happened before you were 7?
Exactly.
That's what I want.
What is it that happens to make you say, oh, I need to stay out all night, and what my mama's saying is not irrelevant or important for me to live?
And that is true. What did he see before he was 7 that you saying that his mom said he wouldn't come home? Something was there that you wouldn't come. 7, you don't want to go home. At 7, goddamn, you want to eat. Your mama cooks. You want to go home and eat. 7, you're 7 years old. It's cold outside. You know you can go inside the house. Something happened. Something happened before 7.
Like what? My 7-year-old trying to figure out when her auntie coming over. Mama, I'm finna call auntie and tell her to come over here. My 7-year-old trying to kick it and chill and be at the house. Her not getting to the house when she's supposed to. First of all, where are you at? I don't know where you at. You ain't came home yet at 7 years old. Cause just like my 7-year-old just came and said, Mama, I'm finna go outside. Outside where? So I'm trying to figure out.
Let me tell you something else too.
That's true. That's
now,
true.
What the mother did not tell was her role.
Exactly.
Now, she said to the group home. So we don't know if the mother was on drugs too. And they made her go to the group home. Exactly. He needs psychological help as well as drug addiction help.
Yeah.
And he needs somebody to come in there that's strong, that can talk to him and make him. I think that the only thing I would say is that she went about it the wrong way in terms of trying to make him accountable because he's not ready to be accountable.
But see, in her mind, she thought he was because he reached out to her. So in her mind, she thought he was. He reached out to her. Now he might have thought he was. Come in and talk to him and go to another source and then didn't know that the reason why you're a womanizer is beyond just you liking women. We gotta go to the bottom of the barrel to figure out what it is before we get to the top. So he didn't know. I don't think he was ready for that. I think he wanted people to come in and accept him for who he was and just tell him, quit seeing the women. Stop seeing the women, dude. Don't talk to the women. Which is not. It wasn't fair, but.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't. And Chris, to tell you, I did start,
Huh? No, I believe, what you just said about the mom. Preacher's.
I did start watching, Preacher's
daughter.
Not watch it. Not gonna watch it. Not gonna do it.
Let me tell you what I watched.
It will make
I watched this show called Funeral Boss.
I saw he was saying something.
That was a good show.
I like that. Yeah, I like that. That was pretty good.
Yeah. I like Funeral Boss.
Did you see the episode when they were stepping out the church? With that casket on them when they were stepping out the church? I said to myself, I've been saying like, I'm not stepping with this casket on me to start heaven.
I know. That was a good show.
Okay, guys, so.
I'm like, oh my God. I was like, I funeral, you know, the
funeral
the
box.
professional mourner.
Oh yeah. From that other show. What happened to that show? They only showed one episode.
No, that show didn't let it come on.
It was a mess. It was a mess.
That was some highway foolery.
Yes.
That was foolery.
It
I was like, no way, I'm not gonna do it.
Okay, so everybody give your last sentence when it comes to DMX. Go, you start, Chelle.
I'm just going to pray for DMX. I just hope that before his time is up, that he at least find himself. If he doesn't make peace with himself, then there's no purpose whatsoever. So I'm just going to continue to pray for him, and I think that, you know, it is what it is, and it be what it be, and we can't change him. He only has to want to change himself. So my prayers go with him. Much prayer.
Okay, Cassandra, your sentence for him.
You know what? I'm really going to pray for him and his children, because I feel like the children is most affected by the actions. So I'm going to pray for the children first, and then I'm going to pray for you, because you know what? You're a grown man, and at some point in time in your life, you have to figure out, I look like a damn fool. I'm going to pray for him. I'm going to pray for him, and I'm just going to, and I'm going to pray for his wife or his estranged wife, whatever she is. I'm going to pray for her, because I know how hard it is for you to sit around and see somebody that you love, and I'm going to look like a damn fool. Not even look like a common fool, but a damn fool. So, that's just so sad for me and for her. But I'm not going to use my sadness that way. I'm going to use my sadness to pray for them, because they really need, they need Jesus to come down and put his hands on him. He needs to go touch the cloth, because something is wrong with him.
He needs to go to the king. That's true.
Yes.
Somebody needs to go and play that song in his ear all day long, so that his mind can come back. Because somebody needs to take him to the king, because something is wrong with him. And for him to get on national TV, and the sad part about this whole situation is all these people on Twitter that sit up here saying this was exploiting him. Y'all wrong. Y'all wrong. Instead of y'all talking about him being exploited, y'all need to be trying to rally around him and pray for him, because something is wrong with him. He needs help, and he's gonna be the next one we gonna be hearing about his dead somewhere, because he don't care about life, and apparently he don't care about his kids. So that's what I have to say. I'm gonna pray for you, dear man. I'm gonna pray for you. If I don't pray for nobody else, I'm gonna pray for you.
Well, all I have to say, my one sentence is, God can save you.
I was hoping one sentence.
Jesus can deliver you. Well, God can deliver you. Jesus can save you. And the Holy Spirit can dwell with you. But all you got to do is open up your heart and let all of this in. And if you're Muslim and don't believe in Jesus, let Allah come into your life. Read your Quran. Go to your prayer 3 times a day. Go turn towards the east and do your prayer. You know, just start meditating on some positive things in life, instead of, like you told Iyanla, you rather dedicate your life to the pain, because that's what the devil is telling you is more powerful and more real. You need to just turn to someone who has something. Even if you don't believe in God, Jesus, Holy Spirit, Allah, believe in higher power, believe in your damn self, that you can do something for yourself. Think of your own life more than you thinking of what this drug can do for you. Think of you being able to breathe, because I feel like every day that you wake up, that's the mercy of God that's on your life. God is giving you mercy every day. And he giving you a second chance to turn it around to make it better. Just like he gives all of us a second chance. We might mess it up every day, but he gives us a second chance. And tomorrow you should wake up and realize that's your second chance. And that's my only thing I can say to DMX if I could talk to him, because you're not too much younger than me. And it's just a sad and tragic thing to see you just living your life like this and just giving everything away for the thrill of what? You smoke some crack, what's that, 2 seconds? Smoke some weed. How long it take you to smoke some weed? A couple of minutes? How long does it take you to drink a drink? Less than an hour? And then you got the rest of the day. What you doing with that? You know, so I want to pray for him. And I'm very serious. Anybody who's watching this video, once I put it up on YouTube, if you go to a church, if you go to a mosque, if you Catholic, can you please put DMX on y'all prayer list? If y'all some prayer warriors and you pray in the morning, can y'all please pray for DMX? If you Catholic and you burn the candles, can you please burn a candle for DMX?
You see your brother hurting. Y'all need to grab him and take hold of him. Y'all talking about Muslim brothers. Y'all see him. You can see what this man is like and what he's doing. Y'all need to take a hold of him. Y'all need to get a hold of him. Because right now, in looking at him and knowing how your faith and how you guys practice, something ain't right. Y'all need to get a hold of him. Y'all need to get a hold of him.
As well as somebody older.
His Muslim brothers will come in and save him.
Yes.
Y'all know how to take him down to the basement and lock him in there?
Yes.
Y'all know.
Oh, God. Really?
Don't tell the secret now.
My was an imam. And, well, my mother's husband was an imam. And when you disobey the Muslim law, they take you down in the basement and whoop you like a child. So my thing, and then they cancel you, but you have to stand before them and take punishment. That's the whatever he's supposed to be punished for his behavior. So whatever their punishment is for that behavior, it depends on what if you fruit of the trees. I don't know whatever. But that.
The fruit of Islam, you mean? The fruit of Islam, you trying to say?
Quote their stuff.
If you are Muslim faith, that's what they do. They take you and they discuss your problems. Good. I can't wait to tell my Muslims to do.
YouTube. It's a whole other YouTube conversation.
Okay.
Christian faith. Quit telling these fools and how they work their stuff. You pray for them. We gonna pray for you, DMX. God bless you.
Okay, guys. So this was our video for our review of what we saw on YouTube. Just everybody, let's just pray.